When I first saw the preview, I was amazed. I was blown away because it showed me in just the preview what I had been feeling inside for such a long time. I want to explore the deep meaning behind this film, how video games, technology, and reality are merging into this exciting, more balanced future as we shift from 3D to higher dimensions, to higher understandings, higher truths. And in my opinion, shows how we're going to tap into parts of our consciousness that are going to activate superpowers. Listen to the depth that I go to here, because it's going to be a deep breakdown of, I'm going to give a breakdown of the movie, but then break it down into a deeper understanding to where it kind of, I'm going to connect to some Star Wars and some divine feminine and masculine aspects, this dualistic reality that we live in, how we're focused on a certain narrative, a certain history versus the technology and the progression. We're going to make these leaps and bounds of the future, this progress we're going to see moving forward. So, Soul is a visual explosion into what the meaning of life is here on Earth, and after, into what is referred to as, in the movie, the Great Beyond. A middle school band teacher believes he has life all figured out, right? He has this deep passion for music. He plays the piano and he knows how to tap into the flow state, which is really powerful. And quickly into the movie, his whole life ends, literally, like he dies. It's called Soul. So he dies and his soul is moving on. He's about to die. Like in his waking life, he was just about to start life. Like he had just found a gig where he was gonna, basically instead of be a teacher, he was gonna be a musician. Like he was so happy about this, but his life ended. And in the Great Beyond, in the afterlife, in the afterworld, he meets this really spunky, fun little soul called 22, which is a great synchronicity that they tied in there. And 22 is this young soul that basically does not want to go to Earth. Every soul incarnates to Earth to have an experience and to learn and grow their soul, to basically go through higher dimensions, higher truths. There's this 10-dimensional hyperspace reality theory that there's multiple realities the higher you go, like almost like a pyramid with multiple levels, multiple layers to all this. And in the film, there's the Great Beyond, the afterlife that they go into. And 22, which is the new soul, and Joe, which is the teacher, they basically teach each other how life is not just about passion, which is really interesting because I'm someone who really lives in passion. I really exist in the realm of the flow and the creativity, which a lot of people lack. So this is an inspiring film to activate your creativity, to find passion and soul. But the soul, 22, once it experienced life, it realizes, it teaches Joe, the teacher, some other things about life that go beyond passion, the real meaning behind life, which is a really deep understanding of how they twist and turn this. It's a really, really good film. I highly recommend you watch it. But I want to explain some really, really interesting things here. So they have these higher dimensional beings. They're all named Jerry. And the Jerrys are higher dimensionals that are disguised as a character. Like their knowledge and wisdom and understanding is so much higher than that of a soul, which is really powerful because our soul is higher than the human. So the human's here, the soul, and then we got these higher dimensionals, Jerry's. And there's such a higher being that when asked, like, who are you? What's your name? What are you? It's too much for the human mind to fathom, the soul to fathom. So they don't even have a good explanation. But it's a really good a representation of the interdimensional beings that are guiding our souls into certain personalities and aspects and traits and characteristics to give us a learning experience here on Earth. So each soul is a little baby up in the Great Beyond, which is what they call the afterlife. It's this place where you don't feel pain or hunger or sadness or cold, that you do feel here in the 3D, in the earth realm. But up there, it's kind of, you can shape shift and just experience and fun and flow. It's just a great place it's like a kid's dream, basically. It's not a physical reality. It's all spirit and non-physical. This is a really, really beautiful artistic interpretation of what that is. And in this reality, there's quadrillion, billion, tillion, whatevers of souls. And this soul named 22 is this stubborn, sarcastic soul that has had many teachers, many gurus that have mentored it into trying to find a passion, a spark on earth to elevate it into its next realm, its next dimension, its next time and space. But this soul's like, there's nothing on earth that makes it happy. It doesn't like food, it doesn't like music, it doesn't like art, anything. Like it has no desire. It's just like, meh, this is stupid. I just like being a soul. I'm just cool up here in my clouds and being able to just do me. Like, it's the most rebellious soul up there. There's all this merging happening right now. It's like this field of energy it's coming together to evolve us. We're evolving as a species, like we always have. There's always been an evolutionary thing happening here, okay? So in the movie, Joe, the band teacher, he's fixated on his passion. He believes that's the highest, utmost purpose in life. And the new soul basically learns how magnificent passion is by when Joe and 22, the soul, accidentally go into the earth realm and merge. So 22 accidentally goes into the body of Joe, and then Joe accidentally goes into this body of a cat. So they basically have to experience life in this way, all while trying to get to a music gig that Joe had scheduled, his break. Like he had been waiting for this his entire life. He was like a middle-aged dude, and he had just gotten the break he had always wanted. And he just so happened to have like this naive kid soul in his body at the time that he was supposed to perform his talent, his passion on stage in front of everyone for the first time, and while he was a cat, right? It's really interesting. This movie expresses how, as a human, we all have this genius, this trait, this passion that we can tap into. All people do. We all have a genius level. All of us do. And you can tap into it. It shows you how, like, he'll be playing his piano, and it's that state, that flow state that we can go into. And it activates us into this time and space that nothing exists but the moment. And it's so beautiful how they visually express that. So you got to really watch it for this reason. In the movie, they also talk about these lost souls, which are amazing representations of those who are out here in this world wandering, not knowing their purpose. Like, why am I here? What am I doing? I'm working this job I hate. I am running in circles around myself. I'm chasing my tail. I'm in this rat race, but I don't know why. And I'm getting bags under my eyes. It's in the movie. It shows you the 3D world a lot, and it shows you the great beyond. So it has two different realities kind of coming at you. And it's showing you the 3D physical, which we see all the time. The physical reality we always see. But it's showing you the mirror. So everything is dual. Everything, for the sun, there's a moon. For the left, there's right. So it's showing you the mirror, the reflection that's in the great beyond, which is mirroring the 3D. So the being that's here on earth, the human that hates their job, in the astral plane, which is what it's called for real, in the astral plane, the dream plane, the realm, that being is a lost soul. It's wandering. It's not happy and jumping and excited about life. It's wandering the desert, like asking the same question over and over again. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? Where do I go? I'm lost. I'm lost. And it's just dark. Like, they just do so good. And this being is the unconscious people walking this earth right now, trying to discover who they are, but they're so far from their truth and their passion that they can't find it. So in the movie, there's these pirates in the astral plane, which is freaking amazing. This is really happening in the 3D, guys. In the 3D reality, in real life, there are pirates, okay? There's us folk out here who are basically traveling and working with our higher selves, our astral selves. And we're doing our best to awaken those spirits that are in the 3D, lost and confused and chasing the consumerism society that's an illusion, false, not real. There's a lot of people that are awakened to what's actually going on in the astral planes, the higher dimensions, the multiple realities that we can tap into. So these pirates, they are so cool. They are in 3D. They got one of them, you know, the people that play with the signs on the corner, and they dance and they just play with the sign. One of the pirates are in 3D, that guy. Like, he literally is a guy that gets paid to twirl a sign on the corner of the road. But in the astral plane, he's a pirate that saves lost souls because he travels, he astral travels in meditation. Closes his eyes and uses astrology and meditation, which is really a thing, and goes there and saves people, which is amazing. And he has a team, other people who travel in the dream realm and do this together, saving one soul at a time. It's like an ability they have. They can open portals and do the things that we can only dream and imagine here in 3D. They physically, or they actualize, they materialize this in that realm, because that's how it works. Like in 3D, it's very physical and dense and you're solid. But in the material and the higher realms, you can do things like open a portal and maybe visually make it a thing, because you can materialize your thoughts because you're in that realm. So they do a fantastic job of representing the pirates here on Earth that we're trying to awaken the people. I highly respect that part of the movie. So I don't want to fully break down the whole movie, but I do want to say it's a really good watch. Really, I highly respect how they designed it. I mean, a 6-year-old can watch it and understand. A 36-year-old can watch it and understand, you know? And I want to now tie in some really interesting visions I had watching the movie of the future that I see. Got a lot of downloads, a lot of visions from this movie, which I knew I would. A year ago when I saw the preview, I was like, that's what's happening. Like, I freaked out. I was like, that's it. Okay, so basically I want to talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which are merging right now. We have been in a dominating masculine society. This does not mean only man, but we have been living in a dream, an imagination of somebody or a type of mindset, basically. I made a video about living in someone's dream, which is what I'm kind of talking about here. So we've been living in the illusion, the dream of somebody's idea for a very, very long time. Very masculine, control, dominate, fighting, forceful energy. Very aggressive and fight and kill, and just like, it doesn't have to be that way. It's just that dream, that image, that person. In films like Soul and let's say Jumanji, or, you know, there's films now coming out that are showing us their bridges to the future. We have to predictively program our minds to get to where we're going. So in this patriarchal society, this dream, this image of a very masculine, dominating, forceful energy, very powerful. What I see is squares. So our society is dominated. Our matrix is dominated by squares. Squares trap energy. Squares, TVs, for example. A TV, right, is a square, it's a box. What it's doing is showing you this hypnotic mind control thing. It makes your consciousness and your neurons and everything implode, because it's like, holy crap, this is a really cool experience I'm seeing. But what the masculine is hiding from you, that the divine feminine is going to come in and express in the future, is that is a bridge, a doorway to what our consciousness is capable of on its own. Technology is ancient. The technology we have today is ancient to what we're going to be at, right? And what I see is when we merge the divine feminine and divine masculine into a proper balanced way, we're going to be able to do things and access parts of our mind like Lucy that activate telekinesis. That way we can astral travel more easily, more instantly. We can close our eyes and go into the dream realm and build a world, maybe, let's say, together, like collectively. This is a collective thing that's happening here. In the masculine, video games, let's say, most of society is dominated by the masculine perspective because women have just kind of entered the world of creation, of creator. So for the last 50 to 100 years, we've sort of had women now putting their fingerprints on what we call creation. And the masculine for this long has dominated society. Religion, I have here eye for an eye. So we have eye for an eye, and then we have the opposite. Literally in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, and the second half. So in the first half of the Bible, it says eye for an eye. In the second half, it says, I tell you not, eye for an eye. If someone stabs you or if someone slaps you in the face, you turn to them the other cheek and give them the other cheek. Like literally, it's contradicting, because it's two different gods, stories, histories telling you to do the opposite. So in the beginning of the Bible, the masculine perspective, it's saying eye for an eye. If you punch me, I punch you, right? This is the masculine force, okay? The feminine, the Jesus part, the balanced way, says, if you slap me on the cheek, I turn to you my other cheek and let you slap me again. Meaning, I'm not gonna let you phase me. I'm not just gonna hit you. If you force your energy on me, I'm not gonna force energy back, right? I'm not gonna go like this. If you force your energy on me, I'm just gonna deflect it. That's what it's saying. That's the balanced way of eye for an eye. But our society is dominated by the masculine perspective. So, video games. What are video games all about? Mostly, kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Shoot, dominate, control. Mission-oriented, anxiety. Like I don't play much video games, but I was watching the new Star Wars game. And it was really interesting because the graphics were amazing. The art was amazing. There were these waterfalls and these ice slides. So much cool stuff in this video game. But at every corner when I'm like looking at this dope waterfall that I wanted to jump down and like fly in, or I wanted to jump off the cliff and start flying and like take off and slide down this thing and like you could jump on ropes, and it had so much like parkour stuff that I was super interested in. But instead, at every corner, these like robots came out and they were like trying to kill me. And it's like, why can't a video game be like fun? Because it was fun. Like you had like this control and like it had such potential, but it was so dominated by the perspective of the past, war, fighting, dominance, control. Like, where's the peace? Why can't we ride waterfalls in a video game or explore? Like, there was a lot of exploration on the game, but every turn, I kid you not, every turn was like a monster, beast, robot, or something was coming to get you. Like, you had to constantly shoot and kill everything. Even these beautiful creatures, like they were these horned deer creatures coming out the corner, and they just want to kill you. You run up on them, they was ready to kill you. Why? I can see the future where we access these higher dimensions, these higher realms. And if we start intermingling or interacting with beings that aren't like us, are non-human, why is our first reaction going to be to kill? Like, are we just supposed to kill and dominate and control and force? That's what the whole video game was about, the force. The approach of the feminine is not going to be force. We don't need to dominate and control everything. Why, when this being walks up to us, do we not just greet it with our telepathic abilities, our senses, to say, you're a being like me. You probably have a family and you love and you care for. I do too. What can you give me and I give you? And how can we have a mutual relationship? How can we bond together and coexist? Why do we have to fight? What is this? Right? It's weird. It's like these ridiculous obstacles that you shouldn't have to go through these obstacles. It's strange. I also got this download, the lightsaber, like the right? All this fighting that they're doing with the force. How cool is this download? So the lightsaber is representing the penis. It is the representation of the penis, because this is the masculine, the force. It is the push. The masculine energy is the push, which is the opposite of the feminine, which is the pull. The feminine is alluring. It draws you in. That's why the woman has this like alluring magnetic quality to her. Or it, because you can be a male that has feminine in you quite a bit, or dominating. And circles represent female, which is where energy flows freely. Did I say female? Feminine. Feminine is free-flowing circular energy. And we're currently balancing this out right now. We have the force and the pull. The force and the pull going on, okay? And for the longest time, we've accepted and allowed this dominating masculine force to tell the feminine energy how to be. A man cannot tell a woman how to be. Masculine energy cannot tell feminine energy how to exist. This is why we have such an imbalance right now, such a confusing society. It's because we're blending these forces right now. We're balancing this back into alignment. And this is reflected with duality as the mistreatment of nature. Mother Nature is mistreated, abused, neglected, abandoned. Nature is magical, and in the astral realm, there's so much we can tap into with the natural world. But instead, the box, square, masculine has dominated the feminine and has basically raped the mother of her nurturing ability. So the earth's now not able to heal us, heal society, or hasn't been able to heal society the way it should and can, because the square thinks it can dominate the circle. And the square thinks it could come up with pharmacies and pharmaceutical understandings and reasons to things. When if we could just ask nature for healing and understand our connection with our mother, we would have a more healing society, which we're going to. We're heading in that direction. I'm seeing that with video games. I'm seeing that with everything I'm breaking down here. The future is going to be more balanced because we're becoming more consciously aware of this knowledge. Technology is the doorway. It's showing us what's next for our mental capacity, which is what we can explore once the feminine is accepted and downloaded into the collective consciousness. So when technology is taken from the square to the circle, free flowing, right? Our brains, we're going to access so many truths. Not because feminine is better, not because feminine it's not a better or worse thing. It's a balanced thing. We're over controlled and dominated by force, by control, by war. When it's more, we need some more peace and love and harmony. We don't need to be fighting at every corner. We don't need to approach our neighbors with conflict. We need a nurturing approach. We need our mother to come back. We need our nature, our nurturing abilities to come back. So I see that coming to fruition, which is, it's going to be amazing. We are in the birthing process as we speak. She's birthing her children, and it's I can feel it. Like Gaia is producing a loving generation. Generation Alpha, specifically at the moment, is magnetically powerful. The rainbow children, they're going to be so full of love and harmony, and I'm so excited to see what they do with the world. But that's another topic. I want to close off here with a few things about the feminine. So what I see happening in society right now is women are using their power backwards. We're giving away our feminine energy for free. Guys, especially women or those in tune with their feminine. Your feminine goddess essence is not free. It is the most powerful dominating force on this planet, the most priceless force. Feminine and women have babies. We produce the children. We nurture the children. Nature is feminine. Okay? We're the most sought after beings on this planet. The most beautiful thing. One of the most beautiful things, if not the most beautiful thing on earth, if not nature, is the female body. We are giving it away for free because the square told us to. We are listening to a square on how to be a circle. Like we are believing the square on how to be a circle. If we, as a feminine force, remember, force of the masculine pushes and the woman pulls. If we pulled together our feminine essence, our feminine goddess energy, and did not allow men, masculine, let's say, because I don't want to bash men. Men are great and we need them. And I love you all. Men, masculine, can't tell a woman how to be a feminine. Tell feminine how to be feminine, right? And we need a balance of the two. We need just as much of, an equal, like it needs to be like a teeter-totter. And you could literally find it in 13 seconds by typing a few words in, and we are just giving it away for free. Like, there is some sort of respect we have to have for ourselves, and we have to learn this and teach this to our generations to come. Because if we can teach the feminine, the female, the divine feminine force, the alluring, pulling force of the world, how to protect and respect ourselves, men, masculine, will have to come along. The only thing masculine really wants is the feminine, if not control and dominance, whatever, But at the end of the day, the masculine is so infatuated with the feminine. And we're just giving away for free. It's the most powerful, it should be extremely valuable, but we're treating it like it's cheap. We're treating ourselves as if we're cheap. allowing men or masculine to dominate this. And I think that is what's going to help our society to rebalance, is once we acknowledge and learn this and teach this to our children, how to respect ourselves, masculine, feminine, both. Like, there's nothing, not one force is better than the other. They're just both off balance. Like, one's this way, one's like, they're just, we need to realign and balance this energy back out so we can have respectful, complete and whole masculine, and a respectful, complete and whole feminine, so we can have our yin and yang, and we can have peace, and we don't approach our neighbor with conflict and war, and we don't flaunt our bodies like cheap pieces of meat. We save it for the moment that is deserving, respectfully given. Like, it's a gift. It's not something to control. Why is the more powerful pushing force dominating over the softer feminine aspect? Like, I don't understand that. We have to find this harmonious balance. And movies like Soul, which I went really far away from, are a perfect representation of what our future is going to be like, and how far we've come as a society, and how great the next generations are going to be. Having downloads like this in their brain at such a young age, I'm so excited to see the next 10 to 20 to 30 years. So be optimistic and have a positive mindset, because I see a beautiful future. Whether it takes a while to get there or not, it's coming. And the more we collectively understand this, the sooner it will be here. So that's what I have. If that made any sense, or if you made it to the end, please like the video, subscribe would be great. And I will, comment. Let me know if I can elaborate on anything, or if you have anything to add to what I've said. That'd be really cool to hear. So thank you for watching, and that's all I have. Bye.